For our activity 1 of week 7, simplify each of these radical expressions and write the corresponding letter on the blank above the answer. In doing so, decode the message, what subject is the most loved by many students? In this activity, we better use the law number 1 and 2 of radicals. Letter H muna tayo. Square root of 500. What are the two factors of 500 that we are going to use? Remember, dapat yung isang factor nun ay the highest perfect square. So, square root of 105. Then, square root of 100 is equal to 10. And then copy square root of 5. Now, we can put H on one of the answers below. Next, letter T. What are the two factors we are going to use? Correct, square root of 16 and 5. Square root of 16 ang ginamit natin dahil ito yung pinakamalaking perfect square ng 80. And then, multiply it by 5. Now, square root of 16 is equal to 4, tama, and copy square root of 5. Let's put letter T on its corresponding answer below. Next, letter A. Square root of 18 to square root of 9 and 2. From square root of 9 becomes 3. Then copy square root of 2. Letter A is 3 and square root of 2. And last letter, square root of 40 to square root of 4 and 10. Ang square root of 4 ay magiging 2 and copy square root of 10. 2 square root of 10 is letter M. Therefore, the math subject is the most loved by many students. You do agree, don't you? Next, activity 2. Simplify the following radicals. Number 1, cube root of 54 divided by 2. Bago ang lahat, tingnan muna natin kung maaari nating simplify yung fraction na nasa loob ng ating radical sign. 54 divided by 2? Pwede. It becomes cube root of 27. Now, we can easily simplify this radical using the first law of radicals. 3 cubed is the exponential form of 27. We can now cancel index 3 and exponent 3. And then the answer now is 3. Number 2, may fraction ulit sa loob ng ating radical sign. Divide first if necessary. Constant 9 over 49. Pwede ba? Nope. Kaya kopyahin muna natin. How about x raised to 5 over x squared? Yes, it becomes x cubed. Then, y raised to 8 over y raised to 4 is equal to y raised to 4. Ayan, na-divide na ang kailangang ma-divide. Next, removing the perfect squares process tayo. Kunin muna natin ang exponential form ng 9 at ng 49. Next, x cubed. Tandaan, square root ang ating radical sign. Kaya, x squared times x. And if multiplied together, babalik sa dating x cubed. Then, y raised to 4 magiging y squared squared. Now, we can cancel out the exponent 2's and square roots. So, the answer now is 3x, then copy the square root of x sa right side, then y squared all over 7. Tandaan ulit natin ang tatlong requirements para masabing simplified na ang isang radical expression. Walang prime factor ng radicand na mas malaki or equal ang exponent sa index. Wala ring fraction sa ating radicand. At lalong walang radical sign sa ating denominator. Number 3 of activity 2, sa denominator na ito ay may dalawang radicals that's separated by subtraction. Kapag ganito ang given, we'll get the conjugate of the denominator. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng conjugate? Conjugate means changing the sign between the two terms in a binomial. So sa ating given, from subtraction to addition. Kapag addition naman, syempre, change it to subtraction. Now, we multiply it to our given, both denominator and numerator. So, 1 times square root of 5 plus square root of 6 is equal to, of course, square root of 5 plus square root of 6 all over, recall the product of sum and difference of two binomials. The product of binomial is equal to the square of the first term minus the square of the second term. Ibig sabihin, square natin yung unang term which is square root of 5. Then, minus square of second term which is square root of 6. Then, do cancel outs. So, just copy our numerator all over 5 minus 6. Copy ulit. Then, 5 minus 6 equals to negative 1. We can still write this in simpler form. I-multiply natin ng negative 1 both numerator and denominator. And it becomes negative of binomial square root of 5 plus square root of 6. Or negative square root of 5 minus square root of 6. Last activity. Write true if the statement is true and false if it is false. Number 1. The simplified form of cube root of negative 6 cubed is negative 6. Solve muna natin. Cancel cube root and exponent 3. It equals to negative 6. So number 1 statement is definitely true. Number 2. The simplified form of cube root of negative 54 is negative 54. Let's solve it. Cube root of negative 27 times cube root of 2. 27 is a perfect cube. Then we'll put negative on it. Or it's also possible to put the negative sign in 2 because its index is odd number. Next, cube root of negative 3 cubed times cube root of 2. Then, do cancel outs. The answer is negative 3 cube root of 2. Therefore, statement number 2 is false. For more questions, just message your respective teachers. Thank you for watching and learning with me, and stay tuned for our next virtual instructions.